What's up, guys? It's Missy. I'm back with another SimCity Buildit video. Today we're going to be doing a contest of mayors walkthrough for City Happy. He is in my group, and I believe he is a low-level comm player, but he's level 29. So he does have a couple of things unlocked in terms of production, but he's still playing low-level comm, as he does not have a regional map unlocked and doesn't have... hasn't hit level 30, so he's still able to play low-level comm. You are not able to play low-level comm if you have a regional or you are level 30 and above, okay? So, for those of you guys who are not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you hit that like and subscribe button. I try to do the Contest of Mayors walkthrough videos on Monday, but sometimes I do them throughout the week, so make sure that you check the channel for that. You guys that are going into Mega, coming up, a lot of the videos, the walkthrough videos are going to be of help to you. Just pay very close attention to the Contest of Mayors guide. You're going to want to have that printed or, available when you guys start playing Mega, because you really do need to refer to that guide when you make your selection. So, for those of you guys who do not know what the abbreviations on the pictures mean here, P is for premium, LT is for limited time, meaning something like a war assignment, right? Because it can only be done during war or like a monster, or whatever the case may be. NP is non-premium. So a premium task is a task that can be worth up to 3,000 points. And then we have LR, which is last resort rotatable. So that would be like a coins task is your last resort rotatable as a low-level player. Then you have R, which is a rotatable option, M, which is a main option, NT, which is no touch, and then C for cancel. Now, a main task is a task that is 2,000 points or higher. That means that it is somewhere in your first obvious choice, right? Now, a rotatable option is a task that is below 2,000 points and is rotated in to open up more main tasks. So the idea is that you complete all the main tasks that open up the highest opportunity, and then you begin by rotating in your highest premium, preferably, to open up more main tasks. Okay, so task assessment is to kind of go through and say what you know about each task, and then your breakdown is labeling them into subcategories like he's done here. So the very first thing that we want to make note of is that the streaks assignment is a launch VU. The reason that we're making a mental note of that is because now we know that we're not going to be doing the VU until, at least 20 tasks remaining when we start the streaks. That also means that we have one less premium option that can come in, okay? So that kind of sucks. We want to make sure that we have as many premium possibilities available to us, so we just need to be aware of that, okay? We also have 16 tickets, which also sucks. We got to be conservative of those now, so getting as many points as possible is essential, obviously, always, but it's even more essential so that we can hopefully save some tickets. Keeping track of your leaderboard and seeing and comparing the competitors' scores and how they're fluctuating, if they're going up in, massive points at once, or are they steady? Are they, people that you feel could possibly be hacked? Always check your leaderboard and just keep a watchful eye on your competitors. Okay, so the next one is an upgrade war card for 3,000. That's a great option. That's going to be our first choice, but we still need to look at what else we got going on here. We have a Latin for 2,400. It is taking up a main task value, but because this task, what you do for low-level players is you stack up the upgrades in your main list so that they don't come in the streaks at all, right? Well, this task can be worth up to 3,600 points, so canceling that one is not an option. If we cancel it and it comes back worth more, we're going to be in even more of a world of hurt. So if you haven't been able to check out the latest upgrade cancellation video, it should be within the last 5 to 10 videos that I've posted. for you low-level players, it explains when it is appropriate to cancel those upgrades, okay? Now we have a delivery to London for main task value. That is a premium task, so that is going to be one of our next options, probably our second option here for rotatable. We have a non-premium repair, but it's at main task value, which means that it will need to be rotated after everything that is higher of value and higher in opportunity has been rotated. Then we have a non-premium rotatable feed task. Now this task is at 1400, and we just want to be careful that we're not rotating it too early, or well, not necessarily too early, but too late, so that we don't have it come back in the streaks or whatever. Now we have a epic project, which is rotatable non-premium for 1200. Now that one will probably need rotated at some point here. We have a 1200 corn, so if he didn't prep corn, he needs to probably clear out whatever he did, picking one up and placing one corn down. Okay, now we have a no-touch non-premium monster. We're going to cross this off for the rest of the week. The coins task is last resort rotatable. So let's say that you are very close to the streaks and you have really nothing else that you can rotate for good opportunity. Your keys and your repair are at 1200 value, then you would rotate the coins as kind of a last resort option to maybe open something up for a couple of rotations. Coins is kind of a hit and miss. It either comes back right away or it can come back in like 6 rotations. So you can usually get a little bit of an opening up, maybe rotate in an upgrade. So like if you're waiting for that 7th upgrade or whatever, the coins is a good option to rotate sometimes. It brings in that 7th upgrade. We have a limited time war booster. Okay, this one can only be done during war. It cannot be done on the monster. So definitely that is to bring in a high premium. Now, if you don't have a lot of upgrades in your list, you got to be cautious when you rotate this because it could result in a high upgrade. Then we have a premium Tokyo for 1000. That's going to be good to open something up. And then we have the design challenge there at the bottom for 800, which is a no touch. Starting off, the first choice would be that war upgrade there. Okay, so it looks like he has beef prepped in his barn. Given the fact that corn it actually, you know, gets made relatively quickly on a gold token, I would just leave the beef there for now. Because if he gets beef, it'll probably be worth a hell of a lot more. And given the fact that it takes so long to make beef, I would just hold off on the corn and even prepping one. Just because of the fact that, like I said, it's something that can be made very quickly on a gold token. Okay. He gets an 800 regular residential, which is a good sign, right? That it at least came in for a low value. So the next option here, we would look at the highest value, which we've got 2 main tasks left. One is the delivery to London, and one is the repair VU. Now, which one do we pick of the 2, right? Well, we want the highest in value. Well, they're equal in value. So they're also equal in value opportunity. So what's next? Opportunity. Which one is going to bring the best result in terms of opening up better possibilities? Well, we know that repair algorithm is super high, right? So if we rotate repair, it's likely going to come right back, meaning that of the 2, the delivery to London brings better opportunity, right? It can also be worth up to 3,000. So opening up that particular task for it to be able to come back with 3,000 points is going to be much higher. Is there anything else that we need to look at? That's Formula 1. So we can pretty much guarantee that we're going to pick London over the repair already. So, but looking at Formula 2, is there anything else? Any history of the assignment? Is it non-premium? Is it premium? You know, is it limited time? Is there anything in your game that it would take priority over? You want to look at everything, okay? So the next selection is going to be that delivery to London, okay? Now he gets cargo for 1,800. So at this point, cargo likely will open up better opportunity, but we have a value difference of 200 points here. Given the fact that this repair is at main task value, and we do need it to come back with a lower value, We want to get it out of the way. Technically, opportunity trumps value. But right now, with the fact that there is value within that, or opportunity within that value, and the cargo is also a non-premium task, but it's a non-premium that has a maximum value possibility of only 1,800. So I would actually go with the repair under these circumstances first, because I know that if the repair does not yield anything good, then we're going to go straight to cargo anyways, right? So repair is correct. Like I said. Okay, so now here we have cargo and nails. Now, given the fact that cargo is at its highest point, it's only come in once. We're going to go ahead and go with the cargo under these circumstances, but if, let's say, cargo had already come in more than one time, then we would be looking at the history of the assignment, and we would have went with the nails. Okay, so cargo was correct. Then he gets a 1,600 textiles. Now, that's for one round of tex, okay? So he definitely will probably need to get that prepped soon. But right now, nails is the correct choice. There's that repair that we knew was going to come back. Now, at that value, it's still a rotatable option for a low-level player. So we need to kind of reassess his list here. He's got a factory production for 1,600. It's 5 days, 1 hour left of the contest, so plenty of time to prep that. He has electrical already prepped, which really sucks to throw that away. He has the 1,400 on feed, which textiles is one round and worth 200 points more, right? And then if it were to return, it brings less downtime than feed. So in terms of prepping factory productions, we would actually want to prep the textiles over the feed. However, we have a 1,600 repair. We just did repair and it just came back for 1,600. So right now, I wouldn't actually rotate the repair just yet. I would be looking more towards the bottom of the list to kind of shake things up a bit, because he's gotten quite a few non-premiums. You want to look at the history of your assignments, okay? Look at the ones that you've been getting. Are they premium? Are they non-premium? Are they of main task value? Are they of low value? So he has that Earn Epic there at the bottom for 1,200. And then he has the corn for 1,200 as well. Then he has that War Booster. So right now, we want to open up a premium option, right? So right now we need to look at what we have available. Now, we can either take downtime and do text, which, again, we could just do the text and do something else in the meantime to kind of keep things moving. One thing a lot of people do is they don't know when they should take downtime and pause, or take the downtime and keep working, kind of in a sense. So prepping the text, but moving on with something else. So what's the next highest in value that's not a factory production that is also a premium? Because Epic is non-premium, and we're not going to rotate a non-premium before we rotate a premium, right? So the next premium task would be corn for 1,200. Okay, so I would actually go with the corn here and see what that brings. Now, he went with the delivery to Tokyo. Now, the delivery to Tokyo was 200 less, and it's a 1,000 point task, which usually does result in a 3,000 point task. Given the fact that he has so many upgrades opened, I probably would not have done that just yet. I would try to rotate in the higher premiums like corn and things like that first to try to get those upgrades to come in with a lower value. Okay, so he gets the word deliveries for 2,500. So that's obviously the next main task. Then he gets a 2,000 Tokyo. Now he's able to do the textiles, which he does, okay? Then he gets another 2,000 upgrade. So he's got 5 upgrades. So he just needs 2 more. Now, that's not a good sign, actually. They're coming in too quickly now, because he only has 52 tasks left. Or he still has 52 tasks left. So he only has 8 done, right? So if he gets all 7 upgrades in his list this early, he's not going to have much to pick from. I mean, think about how many tasks you have available total. The idea here is that you want to be able to rotate 30 to 40 tasks and have the upgrades pop up kind of as you go, right? Not all at once, because if they come in all at once, then you take up 7 slots for those, 1 for the monster, 1 for the coins, 1 for the repair, 1 for the keys, and that's already 4 plus 7, that's 11, right? That leaves you with next to nothing to work with. And they're coming in too quick. So, that being said, I would go and I would rotate the corn now. The good thing, though, is that the upgrades are coming in for, below 3,000. That is the good thing. So he does the corn, and he gets a 3,000 delivery to London. Okay. Now he gets a 1,700 on seeds. So I don't know what he has prepping in his factories, if anything, but seeds would be a good choice. Okay. There's the other upgrade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's the bottom of the list? So 5, 6. So he just needs 1 more. Okay. Now he went and rotated the war booster. Now, actually, I wouldn't have done that right here because of the fact that we have so many upgrades. I would be afraid that that would result in a 3,000 upgrade, actually. So I would have held off on that one. I would have rotated something like maybe the repair for 16 or what else did he have? I think he had let's go back and look. Yeah, I would have rotated the repair probably just because of the possibility of that coming in for a 3,000 upgrade. So then he gets a 2,000 keys, which brings that to priority. Now we're on the second time for cargo for 1,800. Okay. And he chose to do epic. Okay. Probably because he knew he had already done cargo. So he does epic. And he gets 2,400 rolls, okay. Now he gets a 1,600 Paris. Now, Paris is a non-premium, okay. So, he does that, brings better opportunity, delivery to Tokyo. There's that 1,600 Paris again. Not a good sign, okay. So now we're looking at 2 non-premium tasks here. Hang on. Okay. So, let's get back to what we were doing here. So, under these circumstances, with 1 of the upgrades still floating out there, 41 tasks remaining still, we have all non-premium rotatable options for the most part, okay? Actually, we do. I would actually probably go with the cargo here. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have done that just yet. In fact, I know I would not have done that just yet. Reason being, yeah, he can afford to take the downtime, but right now, shaking things up is probably going to bring that upgrade to come in. Okay, delivery to London. Yeah, 1,600 on keys. Okay, so now we're back in the same boat. We have all non-premiums again, with less options now, because once the keys start rolling in and things, they usually come right back, which they had rolled in at 2,000. If you don't remember, they came back for 1,600. So right now I would go with probably, like I said, the cargo, which he went with delivery to Paris. I don't know why. Okay, now he gets that epic. Then he gets glass. Yeah. Okay. So again, now here he is with the keys. Now, okay, stop. So even though you have already done cargo here, you have to think about opportunity. And I can't tell you how many times I have to tell people this. Sit down, stop, think, okay? Look at your list. Now, I'm going to ask you, if you do the keys or the repair, what do you think is going to happen? Or no, I'm sorry, what do you know is going to happen? They're going to come back. They're going to, okay? Now, when they are of a low value like this, for 1,600, there are times when you rotate them and times when you don't. The times when you want to rotate them is usually when you're doing it for value opportunity, okay? Or maybe you don't want to shake things up really. So for example, how I was going to rotate the repair a little bit ago. Reason for that was because I didn't want to open up another doorway, so to speak, and have more upgrades come in just yet. Because the upgrades were coming in so fast, I wanted to kind of stay at the same doorway in hopes that it would bring in something better, like bring that repair down, bring it in for 1,200, and then leave it sit. Now that we have all non-premiums in the list to rotate now besides the glass being pretty low value, and the fact that he just traded one factory task for another, I would actually go with the cargo under these circumstances because yes, it has been done, but it hasn't been done so many times. You know, I think it's only been done once. So I would have got that 1,800 place value at least cleared out of the way because it does have a lower algorithm rate usually. So he rotates the 1,600 Paris and he gets a 1,600 textiles. Now he's already had this task, okay? We really can't afford to end up with a whole bunch of long productions in the list with the fact that he has so many upgrades already here and all of the stupid tasks that are always stuck in your list. Now, given the fact, you also have to look at the fact that he has 15 tasks remaining before he can even think of doing the streaks. So he does repair over cargo. I still would have went with cargo. Okay, so now he's got the spatulas, then he gets the epic points, which what the hell? I don't understand what he's doing at this point. He still has that epic out there, right? Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. 3 days, so maybe not. I still would have went with cargo. Okay, so he's got London, then he's got metal, more deliveries for 15. I mean, look at these premiums. They're coming in for such a low value. 2,000 on the keys. There's that stupid Paris again. This will be like the fourth time. I hope he doesn't rotate it again. Okay, finally rotates the cargo right after rotating the keys, of course. So, okay. Now he's up shit creek. So, epic spent all he's got, because if he rotates the glass too close to the streaks, it'll probably just come right in. Okay, common war attack. All right. Yep. And there's that final upgrade. At least it's 3 tasks before the streaks. Honestly, at this point, I would rotate in the Paris only for the fact. Actually, not the Paris. The keys. Not the keys, the coins. For the fact of this. Now, pay attention, okay? 2 non-premiums with high algorithm rates this week. Okay, so delivery to Paris keeps coming in. Keys keep coming in like usual, right? Now, he has that final upgrade. Okay, he's got 3 more tasks before he can start the streaks. But he still has a lot of long factory productions out there. And the rotating the coins could actually result in bringing one of those in. Okay? So, given the fact that he's still 3 tasks before the streaks, and he has no other rotatable options, I would actually go with the coins here and try to get one of those long factory productions secured so that hopefully he doesn't have too much downtime, especially for the fact that he hasn't started the streaks and he has 2 days, 23 hours left. Now, we end war, I believe, a day before comm ends, roughly. So he definitely needs to get a move on. So yeah, I would have went with the coins. So he did the delivery to Paris again. Then he gets launch attack in Club Wars 3000. That's a problem, okay? Because if that comes back in the streaks and he can't finish all the streaks in time, he'll fail. So now he has a 3,000 point task there, taking up space on not only his list, but in value as well. Now, it's not worth risking failing the streak, so of course he's going to leave it sit. Then he starts the streaks. Okay, I would have went with the coins and rotated those. Okay, so now he's got sugar, Epic. Textiles. Yep. It's going to get a lot of factory productions, I think. Cheese. Yuck. Yogurt. Yep, there's the feed. Now we're at 1 day, 10 hours left. This is not a good sign. Pizza. Minerals. Repair. Hammers. Donuts. He had a... You remember how I tell you guys you have an uptime and a downtime? His uptime is at the end of the week. Okay? So now he has a 25-20 on beef. 16 on saps. 3,000 Tokyo. 2,000 repair, another sugar task, ouch. Now he's got 21 hours remaining. Now what this means is that war's ending or over. I'm pretty certain that it's over, which means that if he gets a war assignment, he potentially could fail. Now what he did, and he made a huge mistake, was because war was ending, he went and he rotated that 3,000 point assignment there at the bottom, making it possible for that assignment to come back in the streaks. So he took an extreme gamble. So let's say that, okay, fine, whoop-de-doo, you got the 3,000 points. But let's say that now that war is over, that assignment comes back in the streaks. You fail. And the 8,000 points that you could potentially lose is going to be a hell of a lot worse than the 3,000 that you would have had to leave sit there. Okay? So... does the 1,600 on lawn chairs, 1,600 on seeds, 8,000 on that, and then he just ended, right? So, what streak was he on? 6, so he finished all the streaks. I don't know if he even used tickets. No, it looks like he used 2 tickets. Let's see his leaderboard here. Yeah, his leaderboard wasn't too bad, actually. But here's the thing. At some point, you're going to be going up against people who actually know what they're doing. And the mistakes that he made, the choices that he made this week were extremely ridiculous. Okay? Doing that 3,000 point launch attack and club wars for this week with his competition and the fact that he didn't want to use tickets, that was a gamble, a major gamble, okay? Now, I mean, I kind of see why he did it under the circumstances that he knew he wasn't going to be using all of his tickets. I assumed he was going to be using them, and I assumed his competition was a little more than that. So given the fact that his competition was so minimal, I understand. But also, I mean, if you think about it, he kind of wasted 2 tickets, right? He should have done the streaks first, and then if he needed to, he could have done... I mean, with the competition like this, come on. Especially on the final day, he's got 19 hours left, and nobody has even pushed 100K. Yeah, I probably wouldn't worry too much about it. I mean, some people, they wait for the last day and they put up astronomical points. You know, they kind of get midway and then they put up astronomical points. You know, it's kind of funny because I see so many people comment on the players that do good, not just in my group, but in general. And they'll be on Facebook and they'll be like, hacker. It's like, whoa, back the fuck up. First off, why do you think they're hacked? Oh, they're scored. But, dude, what do you mean? Like, just because you can't push 100K because you have no clue what you're doing doesn't mean that they're hacked. To call somebody a hacker, I think that you should have some logic behind it before you just assume that someone's hacked, you know, and simply having a high score that is absolutely possible is no reason to call somebody hacked. I had a girl in my group post her winning, you know, score in a Facebook group the other day, and somebody had commented about how she was hacked. And it's like, first off, I go through her choices here on video, okay? So it shows you right here exactly how it's possible each and every week. And it's gotten to the point where people don't understand that if you play right and you pick your choices correctly, you can really change the outcome of the contest of mayors. Now, to some extent, there is, you know, randomness to the fact that, you know, that it's random, okay? But you can greatly increase your odds of certain things from, you know, popping up versus other things. You can completely eliminate odds of certain things from coming up, and that's where a lot of people are losing their focus. You know, they're always looking at what could go right. They don't really look at what could go wrong, usually. Like, hey, if I do this, how is this going to affect me negatively? They don't think like that. They think, but it's 3,000 points. But what if it doesn't? You know, and they always gamble with the more positive outcome. And more often than not, that's not what ends up happening, okay? So just keep that in mind to look at everything. Take all possibilities into account that, hey, if this does go bad versus good, is it going to be worth it? You know, like, kind of like when you go into a casino and you gamble your money, putting in another 20, another 20, another 20, and then you're like, oh shit, I should have just stopped, you know, but what if I win, you know? Then you win, and then it's like, you're right back where you started. You're just putting more money in. You're gambling again the next time, even though it was almost very bad for you, right? So in his case, like, okay, he took that 3,000 gamble on that assignment, but if you fall into habits like that, then you get into harder competition, and you're sitting there going, well, how do I deal with this? What do I do here? What do I change to do better? You see what I'm saying? And a lot of people do that. Now, he's level 29, where the competition is actually less than level 24, because typically when people camp level 24s, because one, they know what they're doing. Two, a lot of people that are of his level are usually people that also have regionals unlocked. So they have a much harder time competing, okay? All right, you guys, good luck to you. And if you have any questions or, you know, video requests or whatever, feel free to put them in the comments section below.